Keep an eye on the Middleburg area if you could. I'm not quite sure. It looks a little bit interesting around Middleburg. But you can see heavy rain, thunderstorms, lightning, Schoharie to Middleburg, all the way down into Breakabine, Jefferson. These storms not quite packing the punch as what we're seeing off to the north of us. But there it is. Did we lose the cylinder, Rob? You still got it? No, I see it. We still got that cylinder.
Still have the cylinder, and I think it's actually moved a little bit. It's now just south east of Overlook, where the actual couplet is looking.
Yeah, there it is.
And it looks like it's tightening up there, and still on the north end of it, just north of Griffin, north of Fuller's, and south of Oregon.
Yeah, so this is Rob picked up on this. Up here, there's another couplet. So Stony Creek, Thurman, Johnsburg, Warrensburg, this is to your west, rotating storm. Wow.
It looks very windy in Amsterdam right now.
Let's go back to box 2. Yeah, our camera's really, it looks bad. And
you can't really see much right now. What I am trying to make out here, those trees are swaying pretty good in the wind that's moving through there this evening.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's coming down so hard, Rob. Let's go to box 1 again, and let's show you. All right, let's go to the mobile storm tracker heading west to Amsterdam. Let's see what they see. They may not be in it. Do you know exactly where they are? That's kind of important to know on this. Where are they located? Exit 27. So they should be running into it shortly.
Pretty shortly, yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Nothing all that impressive on the mobile storm tracker right now, but they're not quite into that storm. We did lose the cylinder, but we still got that. Let's go back to box 1. Here's that couplet right here. Corinth, just to the west of Corinth. Let's get tight on this. There it is. So you should be sheltering now as it heads towards you, Lake Luzerne. That's part of the rotating thunderstorm. Mobile storm tracker. You guys can just punch it up. You don't have, you can just, whenever anything's good on there. There's the mobile storm tracker. So now they've run into that storm going into Amsterdam.
Sky has a weird color to it.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of wind in this. I see a lot of rain. I don't see a lot of, maybe it's just hard to see. Yeah, I don't know, Rob. I see a lot of rain. I don't think I see any hail on the mobile storm tracker.
Yeah, not much actually being picked up on the Barron button. Maybe some small hail, but that could also be aloft as well. It's melting as it's coming down.
So let's recap a tornado warning in effect for Saratoga. Let's go to box 1. There you go. Saratoga, Washington, Warren counties until 5:30. This leading edge of thunderstorms now from Warrensburg to Lake Luzerne, Corinth, Greenfield Center, Ballston Spa. We'll put the lightning on for you. There's a tremendous amount of lightning on this as well. I mean, it's a continuous light show here as this line moves eastward. Rob, just keep an eye on that Schoharie County stuff.
Yeah, there could be actually some big hail in this, according to the Barron button. So right now it's suggesting hail up to 2 inches in diameter.
Yeah, go back. Can you check the SRVs? I thought Schoharie to Middleburg, there was something, I don't know what that is east of Middleburg, something a little peculiar there, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a
kind of glitch in the data or something.
It could be, yeah. Because there's nothing on
the reflectivity.
Yeah, right? It's mainly to the north. Definitely some wind in that.
Yeah, and I think we see the hail core in Schoharie, Rob. I think that's, what about the correlation coefficient? Can we go there and see? Yeah.
There's likely some hail, yeah, between Schoharie and Shutter Corners, right through there.
Do you have the Saratoga race course camera, Rob?
It's up. They already have
Yeah,
it
let's
up.
take it out of box 2. It'll be a lot easier to manipulate. Yeah, I'm looking at the fountains. I don't see a lot of wind there, Rob. Do you? Not yet.
There's definitely, well, the one on the right, it definitely looks like it's getting pushed behind that sign.
Yeah, I'm kind of like looking at the trees, and I don't see much. We'll keep an eye on that. How about Glens Falls, Rob? It's just west of Glens Falls now.
Definitely looks like it's darkening up a bit.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
I will keep that camera up.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. All right, Schoharie, I-88. I'm not sure what that is, I-88. Looks like just heavy rain, but we did notice some hail in that area. All right, let's go back to Glens Falls. Let's go back to Rob. Let's go to box 2. Box 2, you can see, those of you in Glens Falls, get ready. You're going to get hit
It's
hard.
going to be coming in pretty good. This is almost the calm before the storm, basically. There's almost no wind right now, and it is
It's the
dry.
calm before the storm. Let's go back to box 1. And those of you, Lake George, Queensbury, Glens Falls, Gansevoort, Saratoga Springs now getting hit hard as well. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning. It's getting ready to move in. It's going to be there any time now. Still got some rotation there, Rob, around Lake Luzerne and Corinth.
Yeah, and that is, if it continued on this trajectory, those of you in Glens Falls really need to take shelter now, actually.
Yeah, I just put the storm track on that, and it should be making it into West Glens Falls at 5:25. I think that may be a little bit slow. Just got an updated scan.
Yeah, the rain is actually coming right into now from the Queensbury Hotel. You can almost see the mountain back there almost disappearing.
Yeah, that's the leading edge of that intense storm. Let me take a look at the radar on this. Yeah, it's literally 3 miles west of downtown Glens Falls right now.
Now
Rob.
here it comes.
You can see some lightning. We'll keep an eye. We'll stay on the Glens Falls camera a little bit longer. Yeah, you can literally see.
Some flashes in there too.
And it looks like there may be a little bit of, what do you think that is, a shelf cloud in front of it maybe?
Yeah, kind of a little bit of lowering. It's sometimes it's tough to tell on these cameras, the angles and things, and obviously it looks better if you're in person a lot of the time, but.
Yeah, there's something, you can see that dark line of clouds. That could actually be part of the gust front. We should start to see
the trees are starting to move just a little bit, so.
Yep, and there's a lot of lightning out towards Hadley and Corinth right now. Still showing some rotation. It may not be quite as tight as it was 15 or 20 minutes ago, but nonetheless, a powerful storm. We'll stay on that. Just want to give you guys a heads up. Duanesburg to Knox. I'll tell you, that lightning is really, really increasing around Schoharie, Rob.
Yeah, I'd be a little concerned that these might actually start strengthening a bit. And what you got there, Cap, just to the west of Knox, northeast of Schoharie maybe. I know it doesn't look that great, but.
Yeah, it's hard to, it's looking, you know, Rob and I sometimes will keep checking these radars.
So there's the severe thunderstorm warning now for that. I think it just populated in. 60-mile-an-hour winds, potential for hail up to 3/4 inch in diameter until
6 p.m.
6 o'clock.
So that was what we, Rob and I sometimes, we look at things and we say we don't like the looks of things, and we didn't like the look of that Schoharie storm.
There's there's the
Waynesburg.
Saratoga Racecourse. It is raining buckets there now.
Yeah, it's coming down. Let's go back to box 1 because this severe thunderstorm warning includes the city of Schenectady, Albany, Cohoes, Clifton Park, Troy. So again, this latest severe thunderstorm warning includes the major cities of the capital region. Rob, you said winds potentially up to 60 miles per hour.
Up to 60, and we actually just got a report from the Weather Service from Rotterdam Junction.
Yep.
Gust to 60 miles per hour observed.
All right, so keep that camera on Rivers.
I'm going to look at the downtown,
because that's just west of the casino. And I think what you're seeing.
Yeah, the skies are getting dark right over downtown Schenectady right now.
How does Glens Falls look again? Let's take back a look at Glens Falls. Man, you can see the lightning off to the north and west. Not a lot of wind. Not a lot of wind there. I think we got to keep an eye on that Rivers, the Rivers camera. Yeah,
Rivers is really starting to get shaken.
Yeah, that camera has a tendency to shake a little bit more than some of our other cameras, but when that wind blows, Rob, you're going to see that camera bouncing all over the place. Just keep an eye on this. Let's take a look at the Northway exit 17, South Glens Falls. Some heavy rain. Downtown Schenectady, let's go box 2. Oops. All right.
Amsterdam, it's clearing in Amsterdam now.
So this is Schenectady. Go back to Amsterdam. The storm has blown through Amsterdam. They look like they're in pretty good shape there.
Maybe just a little breeze behind it.
Yeah. I mean, now it's heading for Schenectady and eventually into...
You can see the trees here. They're starting to...
Yep. So we do have that severe thunderstorm warning until 6 p.m. The worst of this storm may track just north of the city of Albany based on its movement. We'll put the track on that cell here. Gallupville, it's over Gallupville now. Burn at 518. Eastburn at 522. Altamont at 524. And Dunsville at 527. So that's where that severe thunderstorm is coming out of Schoharie County, moving basically in west of Guilderland throughout much of the Helderberg Escarpment and getting close to Albany as well. There's the Saratoga Racecourse. I think it was raining a little harder there last time we were there, Rob, right?
Just a little bit.
Same thing's happening. Last night we had lightning on this and we held on to it. We never saw lightning. And then we clicked off it and we had lightning.
That's when it starts.
Hey, Rob, let's take a look at Glens Falls. They should be getting a light show there.
Yeah, let me just, there it is.
Oh, we got some wind. I just saw the tops of the trees. They should be getting a lot of lightning into downtown Glens Falls. Actually surprised there's not as much wind there.
Yeah.
I would have
the radar might have a little more bark than bite up there, or it's just not quite there just yet.
Well, let's go back to box number 1. We still got broad rotation up there, Rob. Broad rotation right through here. And again, it's elevated. It's at a height of about, well, probably about 5,000 feet. The storm is rotating over the top of Glens Falls. So the winds may be skipping over the top of Glens Falls right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? Well, a little more rotation there, maybe, Rob?
That's what I'm almost wondering. And when you look at the right around Milton and Ballston Spa, there's a little bit of a
It's like a little bit of a
notch, or a little
notch.
hook.
And we may have a little bit of a hail signature there as well.
Yeah, Barron says yes. And actually, from the dual polarization, it does look like there could be some hail there.
Yeah, I think right now we got some strong winds, probably just south and east of Saratoga Springs. We got to worry about Manning's Cove. How's the Saratoga camera looking now? It looks like it's probably crossing the north end of the lake. All right, there we go.
Oh, the wind is really starting to whip there.
Yeah, I think it's just, you can see Snake Hill to the right. I think the worst part of the storm is probably tracking just to the north of this location. We'll keep an eye on that camera because
now they're getting the outflow winds from this.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's some of the outflow winds from the Saratoga storm. Kind of gives you a feel. I mean, it's not terrible. We've seen a lot worse.
Oops.
Let's take a quick look at SPAC, Route 50. All right, go back to Saratoga Lake, Rob. That's the one that's got me interested. That's the one we're going to have to keep an eye on, I think.
These chairs might go.
Yeah, they may be rearranging furniture there. All right, let's go back to box number 1. We'll bring you updated on what's going on. Tornado warning remains in effect through 5:30 p.m. Basically, all of Saratoga County, all of Washington County, southern Warren County, the storm blowing through. It might have lost a little bit of its punch compared to what it was a short time ago.
Especially on the northern fringe. Now I'm a little more concerned about what's going on, basically Saratoga South.
Yeah, now it looks like when you get from Charlton to Schenectady, Altamont, there's actually a pretty good hail core. You're likely getting some hail. Let me check the, there's some hail here. Let me highlight this. Right here, there's some hail around Knox. That's what you're seeing on the radar there. What's going up north of Duanesburg, Rob? Let me just put the reflectivity on.
Just a bad data point.
Yeah, it's a bad data point there. But that's a severe thunderstorm. Winds potentially up to 60 miles per hour. All right, let's go back to...
Oh, there goes the furniture.
Let's go to box 2. Now we got, again, we're on the southern part of that severe thunderstorm, and you can see now we got white caps on the lake. It wasn't that long ago. It was dead calm here.
Yeah, and the winds were blowing the opposite direction.
Yeah, so this is part of that severe thunderstorm that is crossed through Saratoga Springs.
This says from the National Weather Service, downburst signature evident with a strengthening reflectivity gradient cell just west of Altamont and Voorheesville.
That's the one we talked about.
Current track putting it in the Albany Metro in the next 15 to 30 minutes. So we will likely be in the crosshairs of that storm as it moves eastward.
All right, back to, let's go back to box 1. This is what we're watching. They said there's a signature. Rob, I believe you said a downburst, right?
Yes, yep.
Which is strong winds blowing out and down from the center of that storm. And they're noticing that on this part of the circulation of the storm. I think I see it there in Knox and Bern.
Yeah.
That bright green. Let's go to box 2. Rob, highlight that when we're looking at it. That could be that strong. I think that's the strong outflow.
And when we pixel query this, we're looking at winds close to 60 miles an hour, so, or at least 45 to close to 60.
And that is part of that storm that's heading up. Now it's heading for the more populated areas, Guilderland, Voorheesville, eventually New Scotland, up to Rotterdam. So that's the storm. What do we have at the Schenectady camera? Did anything ever up by Rivers? Do we ever get anything with the Rivers camera?
There's Proctor's. Here's Rivers coming up.
Because we had that wind gust of what, over 60 at Rotterdam Junction?
Yep.
So it might have just missed, it might have gone just north of Schenectady here. And we had 73 miles per hour, 72 at Edinburgh.
At about 4:45.
Let's go to exit 13 of the Northway. Rain and wind. That's part of that same storm that we're watching at Saratoga Lake. It looks like the winds are letting up now around Saratoga Lake. Let's go to box 2, and you can see the storm. We're looking at it towards the Helderberg escarpment here. You can see how dark it is west of Albany. That's that severe thunderstorm coming out of the Helderbergs, Rob. Yeah, I don't know if this could be. Let's go to box.
It could be trying.
Let's go to box 1.
Maybe that's where the wind is.
Yeah, I think we're getting kind of broad rotation into the radar like this, right? And then around the back of the radar. So this is part of that storm that we're concerned about, a pretty strong downburst of wind that moving into parts of western Albany County. And of course, now we're getting into more populated areas with these thunderstorms, Rob. So we should be getting more reports of damage.
Yeah, I keep scanning the Weather Service chatter over here, not seeing much locally just yet. So obviously, if you can do so safely, if the storms have already moved by your area, we'd love those reports if you, of course, do so safely, though.
Yeah, wait until after the storm moves on by. I'll tell you, I wish I could hold this up to the camera.
All right, there's Glens Falls, box 2.
All right, Glens Falls, box 2.
They are in the thick of it now.
Yeah, Rob, could you go on and check the 5-minute observations for Glens Falls at the Warren County Airport? Let's see if we get, and people, my friends and family are sending me pictures and videos. And,
wow, that is intense.
Yeah, let's see if we got at the airport. They probably don't have it yet.
Nothing yet. The last one was about 8 minutes ago.
All right, so there's that gust. It just let up in Glens Falls, so it packed a punch when it came through downtown. It hasn't, it's funny, it has not reached the airport yet. We should get a report from the airport pretty soon, Rob, of that intense storm. Let me look at the storm relative velocities. Yeah, this is still a little bit of rotation, broad rotation, not like it was before. To the north and east now of Glens Falls, between Glens Falls and Queensbury. Just a tremendous amount of lightning up there as well. Let's go over to box 1. Remember, lightning, I mean, look at the lightning in this area. Lake George, Glens Falls is 285 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes. Intense. I mean intense lightning.
So the Weather Service just updated their tornado warning. They're continuing it, but they are saying it was located 7 miles west of Comstock or 7 miles east of Lake George Village, moving east at around 50 miles per hour. So that's the area that they're watching closest.
All right, let's go to box 1. There it is. That's what they're talking about right through here.
Still radar indicated, so no trees down in Scotia along Route 5, and that was around 5 o'clock, so about 20 minutes ago. That report just coming in. And
I don't know what's going on here, Rob. Kind of peculiar looking around Northumberland. That was the severe storm that we had cross Saratoga Lake. There seems to be some pretty good wind with this storm moving into Schuylerville in Northumberland. I don't have any rotation with this, but
there definitely could be. Yeah, it's got maybe a little bit of a wind signature.
Yeah,
there.
and let me check to see if there's any hail. I guess there could be a little hail with this too. but more wind. Let me see the, let's go to the Barron button. Yeah, I think it's more wind than anything else. Yeah, I think that's more wind around Northumberland. So get ready. It's heading for Greenwich. Greenwich. I'll tell you, that storm has been flagging hail, right? The one that's coming out of the
yeah, they're flagging 1 to 2 inch in diameter. Now, I have not gotten any reports that there has been, but it would not surprise me. I'm going to go to the correlation coefficient just to the north and west of Altamont.
Yeah, I would say
there's likely some hail right in there.
I think you're right, Rob. I think that is hail.
And there's the hail swath where the radar thinks there's been hail.
Right, based on radar, there's been a swath of hail that kind of went through the north end of Knox and then into Altamont.
South Shore Road in Saratoga County, tree into a house with a propane leak.
Oh boy.
Many reports of trees and power lines down in the northern half of the county.
You're talking about Saratoga County?
Saratoga County, yep.
Well, we were talking about that storm that came off the Great Sacandaga Lake, right? The Edinburgh storm. That could be related to that storm that crossed into Saratoga County around just north of Lake Desolation, up towards Hadley, Lake Luzerne, then eventually into Glens Falls. Altamont, my buddy Jim Abruzzi over at Altamont Orchards just texted me, getting hit hard with high winds. He sent me the video. Strong winds going through parts of Altamont right now. That's not surprising. Let's go back. Let's go back to box 1. Let me get a tight shot of the storm heading for Albany. It seems like the worst part of that storm right now is in Altamont. So it's heading for Guilderland.
Yep.
If it holds together, it would make it up towards Colony, Leishakill, and Niskayuna, and I think it will maintain itself. It may not have quite as much wind, but you can definitely see that hail core right there, Robert, right? Just to the north. Westfall Road,
yep.
Township Road. Just got an updated scan. That hail core right now just crossed Lanehart Road. It's near Dunsville Road. So there's definitely some hail. Yeah, there's definitely hail in that. Around the village of Altamont, up towards...
They are issuing a severe thunderstorm warning as well for that southern storm, for southern Albany and into Greene and Rensselaer County.
Okay, this is it. This is the one that Rob's talking about. It's the one south of Bern. And we haven't been ignoring you. It's just that everything to the north has been so much more severe and dangerous. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern Albany County, Greene County, and it looks like extreme southern Rensselaer and extreme northern Columbia counties until 6:15. Rob, what is the wording on that?
They have gusts to 60 miles per hour, 3/4 inch hail. And it's cruising. It's moving off towards the east at around 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, I can see it right here. We'll put the track on it. Yeah, our radar has it at 52 miles per hour, so it is moving. South Bern at 5:30, Westerlo 5:34, Wolf Hill at 5:37, Clarksville 5:38, and New Salem at 5:40. The BTI is not extremely high. It's high at 2.9. You know, strong winds, maybe a little bit of small hail with this. Rob, can we punch up the East Greenbush camera?
Yep, it's up.
There, I'll tell you, there's the storm. We can see it west of Albany. Let's go to the Guilderland camera.
That looks like there's some pretty good wind there.
Yeah, starting to pick up. Let's go to the Guilderland rest stop.
And we're starting to hear that thunder here as well. Gust from the Mesonet site in Glens Falls, 44. For some reason, it's not updating on the National Weather Service. So
I'm wondering if they have power problems up there.
it is possible.
Maybe we should take a look.
I'm going to check the power outages actually right now.
Yeah, you guys in the back, if you could check power outages, see if we should be getting some damage reports with power outages in many spots now.
So here is the power outages. In fact, actually, Oneida County, I'm going to look at that because that has the highest, with 26,000 without power. That's where the tornado likely went through, gusts up to 80 miles per hour. We've got 1,000 out in Montgomery, Schenectady, 1,500 without power in Fulton County, and 4,000 without power, Herkimer and Hamilton combined. I'm sure these will likely be going up, especially in Saratoga and Warren counties.
Yeah, you know, we're hearing about the reports of damage in northern half of Saratoga County, so I would suspect that area is going to have a lot of power outages as well, and eventually this storm is
and they
really...
just, I don't know if they just
Washington County.
reshaped this, Cap, for
Which
Bennington, Rensselaer, Saratoga, Warren, Washington, and Windham. They're going for gusts to 70 miles an hour now. This was along a line from Chestertown to just southeast of Fort Edward, moving east at around 50 miles an hour.
I don't see it. It hasn't populated in yet, I don't think. Or is that the one to the north by North Creek? Could be this up here. That's a special. Yeah, oh, there it is. They just, yeah, they extended the tornado warning has been taken down.
Yep, so they just expanded this to 70 mile an hour gusts. It does still say tornado possible, but looking at the storm relative velocities, it doesn't look as tight as anything was looking earlier.
So now it's, again, Rob's right. I mean, these storms are all capable of producing tornadoes, but now the new warning that's been issued to replace the tornado warning is basically Saratoga Springs East. And it goes into Bennington County, from Bennington to Arlington to Dorset. This is the storm that has a history of producing damage.
Yeah, another damage report from Edinburgh. Several reports of large trees down along South Shore Road. That was as the storm moved through around 4:45.
Here's the view, Rob. It is crazy looking from our east. Let's head up to the Stewarts up in Saratoga County. We got one of our live crews up there. Laura?
Hey, yeah, that's right. We're off of exit 13 at the Stewart's parking lot here. So when we were first driving up 87, we crossed over into Malta and the sky went so, I mean, it looked like it was 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It got so dark and the rain just kept, it started coming down to the point that we had to pull over and the road was just lined with cars with their hazards on. So that rain really made everyone pause. We pulled over here, there were 30 or 40 cars in the parking lot and the rain was just horizontal coming down so hard. There was no way anyone could drive. And then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes ago, it just stopped. And now you still hear the thunder and lightning, but it's really only a light drizzle. Most of those cars now left, but just how quickly it just came through here and pounded the area. What we're getting from SPAC, because you know there's that Third Eye Blind concert there at 6:45, is supposed to be doors open. They're telling people shelter in their vehicle until further notice, but at the moment they're still planning to open those doors for the concert at 6:45. We're gonna wait here and see if we can get maybe closer, see if there's any more storm or weather damage. But for now, yeah, we're here in Saratoga County. Back to you guys.
Laura, thank you very much. Yeah, batten down the hatches, stay in your vehicles, be safe. And man, we got a big one coming for downtown Albany, or maybe just to the north of Albany, the worst of it.
By the way, the gust in Glens Falls at the airport clocked in at 69 miles an hour.
All right, so we were live on the air when we were looking at the storm hit Glens Falls. We knew it was bad, so that you know you're going to have power outages and damage up around Glens Falls. This is kind of a scary view of the storm approaching Albany. We're going to have to keep an eye, Rob, on the wind gusts at the airport.
Yeah, and we keep seeing, I mean, the amount of lightning in this is picking up quite a bit as well. I'm seeing a lot of flashes from East Greenbush.
Yeah, we've already had some gusty winds. Well, we should oscillate between this and the camera on Northern Boulevard, I would think, right? We'll take a look at that. Let's go back to box number 1, and let me tell you, we can hear that storm coming out of Guilderland right now. Let's put on the lightning for you. And the lightning is intense. So right now it's by the State University of New York at Albany, SUNY. Guilderland getting whacked. We had reports of strong winds come through Altamont. There's just a tremendous amount of lightning.
Mesonet site in Glens Falls recorded a gust of 87 miles an hour.
All right, Rob, that's as bad as, I mean, that's destructive.
Yes.
And
I'm going to go to the power outages, so that's not updating just yet, but
Glens Falls Mesonet, which is a reporting station, 87-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The airport was 69, I believe, right?
Yep.
69 at the airport. Edinburgh, 72 miles per hour.
And we are, okay, this isn't, this is...
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of damage. There's going to be a lot of damage, especially north of Albany. Great Sacandaga Lake, Glens Falls area. This storm heading for Albany, you know, I look at the track of it, Rob, it's going to be close. It might track just north of the station of downtown Albany, the worst of the storm, because it's centered on Guilderland. I do believe we got a little bit, maybe a little bit of hail with this. We're going to stay with the camera. I know, guys, we want to go to Albany Shaker Road. Our camera is so much better looking from East Greenbush, so I'd rather stay with that if we could, because this is the storm that's heading for
So they did
airport.
just update that warning too for the one that we were looking at earlier to the north.
The Dorset one?
They're now going for wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour, I think, with the observation from Glens Falls. Now that's the destructive thunderstorm warning there.
There it is. Yeah, a destructive, we don't get many of these, a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Washington, mainly now Washington County. That's where the storm is blowing through right now. Those of you in Bennington County should be taking shelter. This storm will be in your county like now. It's crossing the county line. It has a history of winds 69 miles per hour at the airport in Glens Falls, and at the Mesonet site in Glens Falls, 87. So winds of 60 to 90 miles per hour have been recorded with this storm as it tracked through Glens Falls and now heading for Washington. It's in Washington County, into Bennington, and eventually southern Rutland counties. The storm west of Albany, I mean, it is...
And I'm getting a little bit more
nasty.
concerned about the one south of Albany. If you look at the SRVs, Cap, it does look like there's trying to be a little bit of an inflow, and I mean, definitely some very strong winds heading towards Alcove right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that the northern portion of it. If there's maybe a little bit of
a notch trying to form.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Rob is looking at, and I agree. Is there something going on in here? Is that what you're talking, Rob?
Yeah, right in there, or
Right
even just to the south and east, south of Clarksville, on the northern tip of where that right
maybe
there.
in here?
Yeah, just some broad rotation maybe.
Yeah, there could be some broad yeah, we'll put the reflectivity on that. And that's heading, again, that's tracking right across southern Albany County towards Becker's Corner. We'll put the track on that. So Clarksville 547, Alcove 548, Furabush 552, Unionville at 552. BTI, the tornado index 2.6. It's not terribly high, but high enough. Let's go to Sand Creek Road and Wolf Road.
Definitely blinding rain for sure.
Pretty good gust of wind there.
Yeah.
That should be, we got to keep an eye on the, Rob, on the airport, see what the airport reports, because I do think the worst of
Right
that
now,
storm-
Voorheesville is gusting to 40 miles per hour, so.
Right, so the storm right now is right over the airport. I wouldn't be surprised if the airport may have some small hail, Rob, based on what I see. Let's go to box 2, then we'll go right back to that camera, the Sand Creek Road camera. The airport, this is right near the airport. See Vadoy? That's basically right next to the Albany International Airport. This purple here may indicate a little bit of hail, but definitely very heavy rain and gusty winds.
Gust to 30 as of 5:32, so I bet you that will be
going up.
Yep.
And it looks like the worst of that storm is tracking just to the north of downtown Albany. So Newtonville, Troy, Green Island, the Twin Bridges, have that camera ready because it's heading right for the Twin Bridges. But there's a tremendous amount of lightning and some gusty winds with this particular cell. Let me look at the storm relative velocities. All right, we're okay, I think, Rob, with that. Let's go back, Rob, go back to the station camera. Can we punch box 2 up?
It is looking like the middle of the day, or middle of the night, just like Laura was mentioning when she was driving around. It is looking
pitch dark.
Yeah.
Let's go to Route 7, Miller Road, DOT camera. Looks like some rain, some gusty winds there as well. I don't know if there's some hail mixed in there. See that, Rob? Maybe bouncing around. It's hard to tell. Could be a little small hail.
Yeah, there could be some maybe some pea-sized hail in that.
Yeah, it could be rain and a little bit of small hail there, but definitely some gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on our camera, and let's go back to the East Greenbush camera, Rob, as we get a good view from East Greenbush.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Berkshire County now. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. I will change to the East Greenbush.
There it is. It just populated in.
So that's actually out ahead of the line.
This is an individual cell, severe thunderstorm. This thunderstorm just popped up. So they've already put a warning on this storm. It looks like it's got hail on it, huh?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, they're flagging hail up to 1 inch.
Yeah, here's the hail. Lennox, Eastover, just south of New Lenox. This could be a big hail producer. It's kind of like a small little supercell by itself, Rob. You know, it kind of popped up out of nowhere. It's separated from the main area of thunderstorms. Put the track on that for those of you in Berkshire County. It's basically over Eastover now, heading for Camp Emerson at 5:54, Hinsdale 5:55, Washington 5:55, and Camp Lenore at 5:58. 100% chance of hail with this storm. We haven't had a lot of hail producers, but this could be a big hail producer based on what we see on radar. That storm very close in just north of Knox. I'll tell you, Rob, let's go to box 2. We can just start hearing a little bit of rain here. Here's the view in Albany.
And the thunder's almost continuous, too. There's a lot of lightning.
Yeah, we may get a little bit of an outflow on this. We might get a little bit of an outflow ahead of the... Let's go to I-90, exit 3, see what's going on over there. Heavy rain. Some gusty winds. We're just getting into the rain here. I can hear the wind hitting the back of the building now. Let's go back to, yeah, not terrible. I mean, probably gust 20, 25.
By the way, too, another thing of note, it's very, very heavy rain, so the temperatures are going to drop quite dramatically in a very short amount of time. Glens Falls actually dropped about 15 degrees in about 10 minutes as those thunderstorms moved on through, and they picked up just shy of 0.8 of an inch of rain with that thunderstorm.
Now, batten down the hatches, those of you in Bennington County, Bennington and Rutland counties. The intense thunderstorm is heading right for you. There it is.
Gust to 44 at the airport at 5:35.
So we're getting the winds increasing here in Albany, gusts to 44. What did the temperature drop to, Rob?
We're at 88, down 3 degrees.
Yeah, I watched that in the next 5 minutes, right? 10
Yep.
minutes. That's going to drop a lot. So severe thunderstorm now crossing into Rensselaer County from the Tom Hannock Reservoir down to the city of Troy. It's right over the airport and the Twin Bridges up to Clifton Park, or at least Half Moon getting hit hard now. Tremendous cloud-to-ground lightning just to the west of Albany, but it's been continuous. You've been able to, there's a banger here in Albany. Rob, let me see the East Greenbush camera if you could.
I think that new Lennox storm, you're going to want to take a look at that. The hail could be
real big,
quite large in that. There's the East Greenbush. You can't see Albany anymore.
Yeah, Albany's missing behind the heavy rain. Yeah, let's take a look. You guys come back, and it's getting a peculiar shape to it. Here's that storm in Berkshire County. That is right around New Lenox. That is what we call a hail core. And that is big hail. From east over to New Lenox, this is producing hail. Let's get the Barron button. Take a look at this, Rob. I don't know, it might be a little high, but...
The black is usually around 2, so
hailstones, 1 to 2 inches with that particular storm. Not out of the question. Definitely quarter-size hail is a pretty good bet. Rob has an update on the power outages, which are going up dramatically right now.
Yeah, Montgomery County now up to 5,500 without power, and I think we might have
taken a power hit. I'm still on.
I think it's back. 5,500 without power in Montgomery County, 3,500 without in Fulton, Herkimer, Hamilton County, 2,500. Saratoga County still 3,000 without power, and the updated gust at the airport just shy of 50 miles per hour, and the temperature is now down to 82 degrees. So this is moving through.
There's the storm in the Berkshires, the big hail producer. Let me zoom back out. We are getting hit hard here in Albany. I think more with the thunder and lightning than any damaging winds.
Just a little bit.
But look at this lightning increasing up through Loudonville, Newtonville, Green Island. Let's take a look out back. Here's the weather deck cam. Go out there with a bar of soap. That's how hard it's raining. I think the winds just missed downtown Albany to the north, Rob. They had gusts, what, 44 at the airport?
49, just shy of 50.
All right, so, yeah, the worst of the storm went just north of Albany, up through Vidoy, Loudonville, Newtonville. Troy's going to get a pretty good puff of wind, no doubt. Green Island, Sickaway.
Now, they are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning. This is saying a line from Winenskill to near Castleton on Hudson to 8 miles west of Coxsackie. It's moving east at 70 miles per hour, and it has gusts up to 70 miles per hour.
All right, so this is the line right here.
And they're tagging that with a considerable threat as well.
That's the line. So basically batten down the hatches, Columbia, Rensselaer counties, all of Columbia and Rensselaer County. Let's go to the East Greenbush camera, Route 4 and I-90. Oh, that's our camera, Rob.
Well, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we looked at this before.
Oh, there it is, right there on the...
You can see the skyline of Albany. You can't see it now.
No, the ground. You can hear it.
Yeah, let's look at our long shot, too, had a lot of... Let's go to box 2. This is showing the winds. Impressive as well.
Very strong winds, around 70 miles an hour, are being sampled just north of Ravenna and northeast of Cohoes and Waterford.
Where's this from?
This is from the National Weather Service.
Based on radar?
From one of the Weather Service.
How's that mesonet up there?
Severe weather warnings have been updated with this potential, so that's why they've updated them to 70-mile-an-hour winds.
So I think if you look at the radar here, I would say this is the gust of wind, Rob, right here?
Yep.
So it's ready to hit Pittstown, Raymertown, Brunswick Center. That's the leading edge. Now let me go to the south. This is the other storm that's packing a punch. The one down, let me go back to the reflectivity. It's kind of bowing out, Castleton on Hudson. This area concerns me right through here. Queemans.
Yeah, that's one of the ones we've been
Ravina.
keeping a little bit of an eye on. That could just have
Tremendous.
very bad straight line winds with
Yeah, that could have a tremendous gusts of wind as it goes into southern Rensselaer County.
Yeah, if you go to the base velocity cap, that is.
Oh, that tells the tale. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a loft, but it is picking up winds at about just over 2,000 feet up at 70 to 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, get ready. There's going to be big winds going into, well, it's crossing the Hudson River right now. So Brookville, those of you East Greenbush, East Schodack, get ready for this. This is going to have a lot of straight line winds with it.
Saratoga County power outages are now up to 6,000. 5,500 still in Montgomery, 1,000 in Schenectady and in Schoharie.
Yeah, we're not surprised by that. We expect those numbers to go up considerably as well. What do we got here? A little rotation on this one, Rob?
Well, that is new to me.
That is, yeah, I think that's just some bad data. I don't think there's anything. I mean, I guess there could be.
There could be a little bit there, right?
Yeah, they have it near Scaticoke, probably not too far from the fairgrounds.
Yep.
It just doesn't look.
It doesn't look as impressive as anything we were looking at earlier.
Right. It might be just for one scan. We'll see if it stays on there.
Yep.
But it's kind of not in the right spot either. So they've expanded that severe thunderstorm warning in Berkshire County to cover the northern Berkshires as well. So that cell that's now east of Pittsfield is tracking up through the central Berkshires. So Peru, Windsor, Plainfield, this storm likely producing some big hail with that storm. Bennington County, Rob, it won't be long before we get some reports, I think, out of Bennington County of damaging winds.
Especially up towards Dorset, Manchester Center, and Arlington right now.
Yeah,
let me see if we've got any.
There's no doubt that's the
nothing
the
coming in
edges.
just yet.
Yeah, nothing coming in yet. Did we get any report on the mesonet from Schodack? Or not Schodack?
Scaticoke, 28-mile-an-hour gust right now. Let me go see if they had a stronger one. Nothing yet coming in.
How about Schodack? We're checking some observing
Schodack,
stations.
24, but they're just to the east of.
They're not quite in it yet.
Not yet.
Yep, so the leading edge is not quite into Schodack. So we'll keep an eye on that mesonet report. Line of intense thunderstorms continues. Now it looks like the worst has shifted east of Albany. So now it's basically Rensselaer County, Columbia, and Greene counties. That's where that storm is continuing to move. So that storm will eventually make it into Berkshire County as well. And the other severe thunderstorms, again, no tornado warnings, but this is the storm that's heading into Rutland and Bennington counties. Rutland and Bennington counties.
With that destructive tag.
Where'd they put that on the Bennington County, right?
Yep.
Yeah, when they put a destructive tag on that, you watch when we highlight that for you. That's usually what, over 70?
Over 70 or 75. I'm a little concerned about this near East Greenbush.
Let's go to box 2 with Rob. He's watching.
There is a little bit of
some kind of rotation, Brock.
Yeah. If you look at, there's a little notch there on the radar reflectivity. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on the feeds and see if they mention anything. Damaging winds at the very least. But
all these storms have had damaging winds. It just happened, if you happen to be in the worst part of that storm, you look at down towards Valencia, Ravenna, that's got kind of a peculiar front to it on the radar, Rob, doesn't it? Let me get a tight shot, storm relative velocities.
A little bit.
But definitely another area of strong winds heading for New Baltimore and Stuyvesant. Right through here, there's going to be some strong winds. And I'll tell you, these winds are whipping.
Yeah.
East Schodack down through Brookville. This is heading in through southern Rensselaer County, probably just north of Malden Bridge and Old Chatham. Yeah, that East Greenbush.
Just a little, there's just some broad rotation now, basically near Luther and Best. There's a little bit of an inflow notch there on the reflectivity, so.
Yeah, I agree, there's something in here. That's what Rob's talking about. And if we go to the reflectivity, you can see how there's a notch here. So this, you see something like this, and that's a pretty good tip off that cell, that thunderstorm cell, is rotating. That could be the strongest part of the thunderstorm in this area
right now. Yeah.
Either
that or just south of it, where the winds are bowing out towards East Schodack.
Yeah. And it's funny, when this goes by, it dries right out. All right, let's go to I-90, eastbound, exit 11 and 12. This is kind of where that storm is getting close. I'm trying to see if it's just I would think it's just west of there, Rob. Just west of that camera.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the mesonets right now for the wind gust, because Schodack should start to gust here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trees on the upper right-hand side of that camera, and I think we may not be in the meat of the storm yet. Remember, up in Glens Falls, it took about 5 to 6 minutes for that to really get into the city from the leading edge. So we may not be quite on the wind side of this at this point. All right, let's go back to the radar, and let's go to box 1. This is what we're talking about, this area right through here in southern Rensselaer County. And this was kind of an area where we thought there's some broad rotation. And I do believe that, based on what we're seeing here, I do believe there's some broad rotation with that cell that's just to the east-northeast of East Greenbush. These storms have had a history of producing wind, a lot of wind, damage, a lot of damage, especially north of Albany. We can still hear the storm here. It's crossed the Hudson River. We're also watching the storm near
55-mile-an-hour gust at Schodack, just coming into the national.
Okay. You guys had that exit 1112 camera on I-90? We're not quite sure where the mesonet camera is. It's close. It's close. May not be right where this camera is. The mesonet's a little bit of a different location, but it's close to here. So we just got that wind gust from Schodack. What was that again, Rob? 50?
55-mile-an-hour gust.
Which which makes sense based on what we've seen.
Yep.
Could be a little bit of small hail just to the southeast of Skodak Center. I mean, it might be like pea-size, small hail in here, nothing large. I do want to
So there's a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bennington and Rensselaer. I think it's that northern part of the storm. They're going for winds to 70 miles per hour. It was near Grafton and moving east at 35 miles per hour. So this is actually a slow-moving storm compared to a lot of what we've dealt with all afternoon long, still indicating it as a considerable threat.
So that's the Grafton-Pittstown storm, I would assume.
Yes.
So Hoosick Falls to Petersburg, and again, those of you from Pownell to Bennington to North Bennington. In fact, we've been talking about this, all of Bennington County really is under the gun. Big storms coming out of southern Washington County towards Shaftesbury right now.